Congratulations on your annual lecture series and of course the book celebrating Nigeria's corporate giants. The book that you've just written, sir, which you said is once in a decade, just give us a word, sir. How do you hope to have this book impact the current situation of the Nigerian capital market?
Well, it is a belief that you can create wealth by building entrepreneurship in a nation, in a society, by way of your culture. And one of the ways that people can actually improve in their knowledge is through reading. We must promote the reading culture, and this publication actually is one that focuses on the strategies, the approaches, innovations that corporate chieftains that have sustained leadership have used. It's a book that should be read in Nigeria's institutions of higher learning. We believe that management students should take advantage of having the knowledge of how corporate chieftains in Nigeria have been able to weather this storm. I mean, here we're not talking of just what happens abroad. People should be able to look at the Nigerian environment and say the companies that have been able to succeed, not only succeed, they have been able to sustain leadership. And we believe that by taking advantage of some of the tips that are given in this book, you will be able to build yourself into a viable entrepreneur. And of course, for other companies as well, they will be able to look at the different sectors, the different strategies, and they will be able to channel their energy towards sustaining performance.
Talking about the tips, although most of these companies that you have incorporated in the book are blue chip companies. Now, just give us some of the verses that you think people will be able to learn from, and other quoted companies that are down right now. What are some of the lessons that they can derive from this new book?
Well, just as a synopsis, I would say that this book looks at various sectors of the economy, and so operators in various sectors, be it banking, manufacturing, the oil industry, food and beverages industry, whatever sector you are, you will be able to take advantage of the tips that are in this book. Beyond that, you want to look at, for example, the issues of strategy. When you are actually strategizing, it's like going to the war front. Your competitors, how do you deal with them? You take a look also at the challenges of the economy. If you have challenges, how do you turn them into opportunities? You look at the issues of leadership. Talk about issues of team bonding. These are areas that this book deals with, and of course look at challenges, for example, in the capital market. Right? How were some of these companies able to overcome these challenges? How were they able to address the issues that came out? And of course, this will enable management of other companies, aspiring entrepreneurs to be able to get their acts together.
Give me the chance to ask one last question. Pearls Award, you take training quite more seriously. What will you be doing in the area of investors education, considering the level of awareness amongst shareholders?
Well, I think we need to, one of the initiatives we have, of course, is this annual public lecture, but we're going to go beyond that now. We have to work together with the regulatory authorities to look at how we can actually take how we can take investors' education to the next level. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for us at Pearl Awards Nigeria, to the glory of God, today marks yet another milestone in the journey that commenced 17 years ago, precisely on May 27, 1995. When the Pearl Awards made its debut. Today thus presents a unique opportunity for us to sharpen our quest for promoting the growth and development of the Nigerian capital market through the Pearl Public Lecture, but beyond that, propelling the attainment of corporate excellence through knowledge and ideas sharing. That we have a twin event here today, incorporating the 8th annual public lecture and public presentation of the book titled Winning Strategies of Nigeria's Corporate Giants, an insight into sustained Pearl Awards leadership, is indeed gratifying. It is therefore my singular honor and privilege to make these remarks on this new publication, being the second in the series of Pearl Awards publication, coming after the Nigerian Stock Market Annual, published yearly since 1995. From the outset, Pearl Awards Nigeria identified that winning as an art embodies the vision, goals, objectives, processes, integrity, and innovations involved in getting to the top, holding one's own, retaining the stance and the strategies that drive the attainment of corporate excellence. Interestingly, not just good, but great companies triumph over time, reach the top, and sustain the position through long-term performance. The publication of this book was driven by the impressive realization that a class of distinguished companies has continued to show market leadership, resilience, and sustainable growth by consistently winning awards in different categories of the prestigious annual Pearl Awards over the past decade of 2001 to year 2011. Some of these leading companies have won over the past decades awards numbering 5, 6, 7, and even more. Please permit me to recognize a friend and great thinker who contributed immensely to the birthing of the vision of the publication of this book. He is no other than Mr. Biodun Otuola, Managing Director, Rendes Associates Limited. Mr. Otuola, you're welcome. Thank you so very much. Together we shared this vision, and today we are celebrating the birth of this publication. Considering that the Pearl Awards prides itself as an honor based on empirical facts and figures, deriving from excellent performance, both in their respective sectors and the capital market as a whole. These companies, no doubt, are Nigeria's corporate giants, deserving to be celebrated. More importantly, Pearl Awards Nigeria considers it imperative as part of our stated objectives of promoting corporate excellence and sustainable growth to ensure that every corporate executive and management in the Nigerian economy and beyond is opportune to share insights of achieving and sustaining excellence from these high-flying organizations. To this end, this publication was painstakingly put together as a compilation of in-depth features, economic analysis, and incisive interviews with the chief executive officers of some of these companies, featuring their winning strategies. Please permit me to appreciate the magnanimity of the managing directors and chief executives of these outstanding companies, some of whom are here present this afternoon, who shared their experiences, giving insights into what objectives, approaches, and strategies that has kept their organizations on the winning edge in terms of dynamism, policies, people, products, services, IT deployment, and more, that has led to enhanced profitability, sustainable growth, and returns to investors over the past decade. Without preempting the preview of this publication, it is the belief of Pearl Awards Nigeria that this publication is another of our humble contribution to promoting excellence across companies in corporate Nigeria. The book, Winning Strategies of Nigeria's Corporate Giants, we believe is an indispensable companion to corporate executives, companies, departments, and branches desirous of tapping into the strategies for achieving and sustaining outstanding performance and maintaining the winning edge. I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate the corporate giants that have qualified to be featured in this first edition of the Once in a Decade publication. The next edition, which will, by the grace of God, be published about the year 2022, God willing. With the greatest sense of commitment, I'm recommending this special Once in a Decade information and research material to any individual or institution desirous of excelling in business in sub-Saharan Africa. It is an indispensable reference material, a journey into the thoughts and the thinking of exceptional companies, corporate leaders, and a walk with the corporate titans. I thank you most heartily for your rapt attention. Thank you very much.